up? What's up? I'm Alexandra Harbushka, founder of Life With Herpes. I'm excited to be here with you. I'm actually sitting in the middle of a rainstorm right now. I don't know if you would know that. Behind me, I don't know the light, but I'm like downpouring right now. I'm in Costa Rica and it's downpouring. But hey, who cares, right? Hey guys, welcome. All right, I'm gonna get to some of the questions you guys were asking. I know you guys have been asking, hey, when are you going live? When are you going live? When are you going live? I will do my very, very best to go live daily with you guys. And, oh, it looks like your friend is wanting to go live. So I will do my best to go live with you, answer your herpes questions. Gracias. Answer your herpes questions as well as, prevention or even diagnosed or all of that. So, so feel free to ask your questions here. If not, I'm going to go to the questions that you guys asked in the live or in the chat from the stories. So, is there anything you found you can't eat? So, okay, for those of you that are asking, like, eat, not eat, what are you talking about? So there's this thing called arginine, there's this thing called lysine. So lysine is an essential amino acid, just like arginine is an essential amino acid. Basically, it's a protein. So there are certain proteins that can either help a herpes outbreak or not help a herpes outbreak. So lysine is something that helps keep the herpes virus from replicating, meaning if it's not replicating, it's not creating outbreaks. If it is on the opposite side, arginine is something that increases, it's like lighter fluid, it's like miracle grow for the herpes virus. Herpes virus really, really likes arginine. So these are proteins that we eat. We can't avoid them. We are going to eat them, but we can choose. There are certain foods we can have more of that are high in lysine, and we can choose to remove some of the foods that have potential arginine. So back to your question, are there some foods I can and cannot have? For me, eggplant, super weird. For eggplant, for whatever reason, causes outbreaks. And eggplant is a nightshade vegetable. It's not arginine or lysine, it's a nightshade, which can cause inflammation in the body. So I'm wondering if potentially like I'm allergic to it or it's causing some sort of disruption in my body. When I eat it, I get outbreaks. Now, other people, I've never heard that happening. I'm the only person that I know that gets outbreaks through eating eggplant. Some of the foods that cause eggplants, some of the foods that cause outbreaks they're all the good ones. I'm really sorry to tell you that. So it's things like chocolate, coffee, the actual bean, not the caffeine, but the bean, sugar lowers your immune system, and coconut, like the meat and the milk. I'm trying to think what else. Sugar, chocolate, processed foods. So like pastas or anything processed meats, cakes, all that. So for me personally, and also sometimes spicy foods for people can trigger it. So for me personally, I look at it as, you know what, there's a certain food I enjoy having. I'm not going to be resentful that I cannot have it. I'm not going to let this herpes virus win. So I choose to eat these foods. Now, peanuts. Oh my gosh, I forgot about nuts and peanuts. So nuts are also high in arginine, and peanuts especially are high in arginine. There's a lot of people that cannot eat peanuts. They say it just will automatically cause an outbreak for them. But if that's something that you love, whether it's chocolate, whether it's a glass of wine, whether it's a Starbucks coffee, whether it's a PB&J, like I want you to have the things that you enjoy, but maybe you look at it and kind of waver back and forth. Gosh, is this too much? Is this too little? Or how much can I eat or drink and still prevent outbreaks? So I've learned that for me, sleep is a bigger trigger than actually what I consume. So if I'm eating foods that are difficult to digest, or I'm not sleeping as well, or I drink too much, right? And I'm not going to get as good a night's sleep, or I'm traveling and, you're all messed up with time zones and maybe the stress of traveling, then a lot of times I'll get an outbreak. So it was a really long answer to what foods I found I can't eat. There's a lot of people in the group that have cut back on their coffee intake. There's people in the group that have cut back on their alcohol intake. I would say only do it if you think that it is causing triggers, and that if you're not going to be angry or resentful, that is the case. You said you're too scared to do oral now. How do I go about it? So I have HSV1, so I could potentially transmit oral herpes HSV1 to my husband by performing oral. And then I have genital HSV2, so my husband could potentially receive oral HSV2 by performing oral on me. This is something that my husband and I are on the same page with. He's okay with the risks. There's just as much risk, I guess, as like kissing him or sharing a beer. I don't drink beer, but sharing a glass of wine. There's just as much risk as using my mouth with him. But like, we use our mouth so much more than we use our genitals. There's much higher risk of us contracting it via oral, typically. So what my point is, I guess I'm saying, is if you're okay to have vaginal or anal sex, then oral sex, in my opinion, shouldn't be excluded. It's basically the same thing. It's skin-to-skin transmission. And if you're not comfortable with it, there's things you can do. You can use a dental dam. You can also cut a condom and use that as well as like a protection. There's a few things you can do for protection. But for me personally, it's something that both my husband and I are okay with. What do you take? Do you guys have any questions in the group here? Feel free to like put them in there and I can answer them. What do you take daily for herpes and what dose? So for me, there's a couple of things you can take that are daily supplements, and then there's also a prescription drug that you have to be prescribed. So the prescription drug is called Valtrex, valcyclovir, acyclovir. It is a prescription drug that's an antiviral that's designed to keep the virus from replicating. It keeps it dormant in our system. That is the best possible way to prevent herpes outbreaks, to prevent shedding, to prevent transmission to a partner. It lowers the transmission rate by 48%. That's the best thing to take. A typical dose or a typical prescription is 500 milligrams. It's one pill. If your doctor's going to prescribe that as a daily prophylactic, as a daily preventative, it's typically one 500 milligram pill a day. When you have an outbreak, sometimes they'll say take 2 a day, take 1 in the AM and take 1 in the PM for a total of 1,000 milligrams a day. There's others that are in 400 milligrams, take 3 times a day. Those are typically for really short periods. I've never been prescribed that before. It's typically for like 5 days or something, but it's like 300, it's 400, 400, and 400 3 times a day. So that's the antiviral. The thing that's nice about having herpes opposed to like another bacterial infection is with herpes, you do not have to take the medication, the antiviral. For example, if you had a bacterial infection, you would have to take the antibiotic in order to remove the bacterial infection from your body. The herpes virus will eventually clear up on its own. So don't feel obligated like you have to take this antiviral. So that's something to consider. Now there's some other things you can take that are supplements or over the counter. One is lysine. I was just talking about lysine a little bit earlier. Lysine is a protein. It's essential amino acid. We get it in our foods that we consume. It's really great for our cardiovascular health. It's great for our muscle building. It's great for all of that, our skeletal health, all that. You can take lysine supplements every day. Before I was pregnant and before I was breastfeeding, I was taking 1,000 milligrams of lysine a day. And then I was taking up to 3,000 milligrams of lysine a day when I had outbreaks. Again, it's just a protein. There's also other things you can take that are called monolaurin. I'm obsessed with monolaurin. It's like my new favorite thing. I've never heard of it until about, 6 months ago. And what monolaurin is, it's lauric acid. And this lauric acid has the ability to break down the outer shell of the virus. It's called an enveloped virus. The herpes virus is an enveloped virus, meaning it's like an egg. It has like a hard shell around it. And that's why our immune system can't break it down. Well, the lauric acid or the monolaurin has the ability to break through that in other ways, kind of take over, do a little coup d'etat here with the outbreak. So I'm obsessed with monolaurin. I take that daily. I can't get enough of it. It's like the best thing since sliced bread for me personally. Hey, Dan, how are you? So that's what I'm taking daily, and also other supplements that support your immune system. So again, the more that you can support your immune system with other healthy lifestyle activities, as well as food, as well as getting plenty of sleep, as well as supplementing your diet with other supplements that are helpful. Cool. Let me see if I have any questions in here. If you take lysine tablets, is that just equivalent? So lysine tablets are not equivalent to taking the antiviral. So I don't know if that was your question, or if you're asking if lysine tablets are equivalent to eating lysine. I'm not sure. I think our bodies are best getting it from its natural food, right? Like in anything, right? Like you'd rather get your vitamins and minerals from actually eating food, not necessarily taking a supplement. Your body will be able to digest it and absorb it better. However, yeah, if that's something that you're like, I'm not getting enough of it, or I'm on vacation and I'm eating junk food and I know I need to get lysine, then yeah, absolutely take the lysine supplements. Like I said, I was taking lysine supplements for about, well, until I got pregnant. So it's something that they work really, really well. Actually, a lot of our products are Secret Society wellness products, which are the herpes products that are designed for herpes outbreaks. They actually contain lysine. So a lot of the topical salves, like we have a lip balm, we have a body balm, which is the recovery balm. We have oils. They actually contain lysine because we can topically put it on. So my alarm's going off. I'm on a podcast soon, so I wanted to make sure I don't miss my podcast. Let's see what other questions you guys. Where can I find the Monolaurin? The Monolaurin, I think that's what you're asking. If you click the link in my bio, there is a section for Monolaurin. It's awesome. It really, like, I'm actually running out while I'm down here in Costa Rica, and I'm like, ooh, what am I gonna do? But you can click on the link in my bio and order it. It's really, I think it's super affordable, great quality. I'm obsessed with it. If you're asking about our Secret Society wellness products, you could also click the link in our bio, and those products are there for you. We actually are just now coming out with something new. It just launched. I haven't even told the community about it. We just came out with Lube, so your own personal lubricant that has CBD in it, which I doing all the research on different lubes and why you want CBD in it. There's a ton of benefits. It helps with anxiety. It helps with pain. So if you are, let's say, recovering from childbirth, or there's any sort of sexual traumas, or you're scared to have sex from being diagnosed with herpes, this is something that would absolutely calm your emotions and allow you to enjoy sex a little bit more. So that just launched. It is live on the website at secretsocietywellness.com. And I haven't even told the community about it. So if you guys are like, what? Go check it out. It'll be super fun. All right, my friends, I am going to bounce. And thanks for joining me. I can't wait to see you guys soon. I'm going to check out my rainstorm. I have an umbrella. It kind of died down. I'm literally sitting underneath. I'm like, got my umbrella here and out on the beach. All right, I will see you guys soon. Thanks so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Ask your questions. I will get back to them. And have a very blessed rest of your day. Bye, guys.